everybody, this is Sam Miskovich from Ars Technica, here with Mark Walton, here to talk about the Microsoft E3 press conference and the games they showed off. A lot of games, a lot happening quickly, stuff on Xbox One, stuff on Windows 10, a lot of cross-platform stuff, talking about our favorite things that we saw, the best that we can talk about based on what we have and haven't played. What do you got? What do you say for a big pick?
So my first one, Sea of Thieves. I loved Rare back in the day. Kind of sad what Microsoft did with them, but now looks like they're back. You know, they're back. They're making a game that I really want to play. I love pirates. I love sailing. I love shooting stuff with cannons. Yes. All these things.
It looks like sort of open world, connected, multiplayer, people teaming up as their own pirate squads, pirate on pirate on pirate. It looked like there were two teams battling, shouting a lot. I mean, you're gonna have to shout a lot when you play this.
Yeah, I feel like that is an important part of the game, is to scream into the microphone.
But they did show a lot of communication. I can't see, the sail's in my way, get over on the side of the boat, take a look, commanding all the cannons and everybody fighting each other. And, you know, so that's sort of Assassin's Creed promise, times 1,000 with other people playing beautiful design, ran smooth.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it delivers on that kind of old school promise of how we used to play games. That real cooperative thing, just adventuring, just doing stuff because it's fun, right? You know, it doesn't need all this serious overtones to it. So I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of it. It looks so far pretty smooth looking.
Yeah, indeed. And what about your next pick?
Oof. Forza Horizon 3 made a really nice splash.
What a wicked thing to do.
It was announced right when they were talking about the Xbox One and Windows 10 sort of cross-platform play. They showed a group of friends all doing drop-in, drop-out co-op, able to team up very easily, get into co-op campaign races. It looks beautiful. It's what you want from a next-gen Horizon in terms of so much lush land, so many great lighting effects, kangaroos and marsupials just romping around Australia while you're driving through them, dune buggies going over giant sand dunes. There was just a lot of really intense play happening there. It was a really good sizzle reel. You know, that's what you want in there. You want a lot of variety in your terrain on what you drive on in Horizon. You're not on concrete. There wasn't a lot of weather effects and that kind of stuff that I love in a big shot racing game. But what I saw looked really cool, made me hopeful.
Excellent. You know, Forza Horizon was a great game. I always thought it had lots of potential, so I think hopefully they're delivering on that now. Not as much, though, as the other game that was on the press conference, which was We Happy Few.
You are off your joy. Take one of mine. Oh, my lord. He's a downer. Call security. We've got a downer.
And this was a game I saw years and years ago, an early Xbox, and it looked completely different to that. It's come along leaps and bounds. This is a game that has like Bioshock overtones to it. It's kind of that retro steampunk vibe, some like Orwellian feeling to it, like maybe 1984 as well. Like it looks so cool.
And I was lucky enough at a press event very recently to see more of that final version that they were showing. Definitely that Bioshock feel of having to make decisions, of having to deal with, it's a populace that is all sort of zombified, and you're trying to fit in terms of whether you take these pills or not to fit in with this sort of zombified crowd and don't really. There's a lot of sneaking around, there's a little bit of puzzling. I didn't get to look too much at it, but everything looked big. It looked like the kind of game that's going to be hard to demo on the E3 show floor because there's a lot to do, a lot of story, but it definitely, first blush, looks amazing. Really excited to get my hands on it. Now, on my indie side of things, I gotta say, I got a really fortunate look at Inside. It's the follow-up from the studio, a little small studio called Playdead. You're a little boy, mysterious sort of J.J. Abrams Lost World where things are bad, you don't know why, you just have to run. And there's this nice mix of simple platforming where it's just about the tension and some really cool puzzles that you won in a puzzle platformer. Really ranking it up on the atmosphere as opposed to like a unique time travel twist, I think is a good decision on their part. I think people are going to be blown away. I got to play the near final version. It's coming out at the end of this month.
Really soon, isn't it? And but you know, it looks finished. I mean, visually, like that looks fantastic. It's such an original kind of art style to it. It looks great. Well, excellent. Well, you can go play that one soon. But I'm afraid we're going to switch from indie now to my third and final pick of the show, which was Final Fantasy 15. Which, as anyone that knows me will know, I love Final Fantasy with all my heart. It is the greatest thing anyone has ever done in video games. And Final Fantasy 15, oh my god. I know the battle system is not the, the crazy like turn-based stuff we're used to. It's very much Kingdom Hearts. But we all saw the size of the demon on screen.
That
and the
was
giant.
quite the boss battle. That was you and your 3 teammates battling this huge giant-fisted creature, and there was a lot of targeting and attacking where you were able to warp at a guy, stab away at him, back off, it's a very interesting reveal of what they're calling the AXB, which is a twist on the active time battle of old. I got to try out more of the game at a press event, but it didn't have anything nearly that high caliber. Not even close.
Yeah, I mean, that demo that they showed was just crazy. It was so, I'm just blown away by this. I love Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy 15 is one of those games that we all know it's been delayed for years and years and years.
They say it's coming out in September.
It's finally happening. The unicorn moment for us.
Now, when I think about my final sort of big pick, it's a lot more in expectation and hope than it is in what was shown. Halo Wars 2. RTS games are hard to demonstrate, especially in a sizzle reel. They showed this very interesting cinematic with what appeared to be a new gorilla-ish alien race. A lot of interesting new machines, but what I really like is an RTS that maps on a controller. I like to get right to the heart. I don't want to do as much resource management. I want to have a set of which strategies I need and to have that sort of rock, paper, scissors thing mapped to a controller so I can get to the fight with a friend, get into and out of a 15 to 20 minute good fight, really focus on the bombast, and it looked like a really clean engine. It looks like the 2 teams that are working on the game are going to make something interesting. I have hopes. I want it to be great.
Yeah, I mean, look, Halo Wars, the original game, you could say it wasn't that well received. I think it was kind of mixed. I think the time's right for them to try and do a new Halo RTS, and I think, if they can pull off, like you say, the control method, always the biggest barrier for RTSs on console. Maybe they'll do it.
Be interesting to see how the PC versus Xbox is going to go on that one. Remains to be seen, but I'm definitely going to rush to the show floor to try that out. In fact, I think we have, other than trying out Minecraft on all of our devices at once, that was, I think, the other little surprise that iOS, Android, PC, Xbox, all these platforms, as many of them as possible, are connecting together.
And don't forget John Carmack.
Mind if I join in?
Not awkward at all whatsoever appearance there, but that's such a good move on Microsoft's part. Even though that was such an awkward, cheery, it wasn't as bad as like the Kinect reveals from back in the day, but it was still weird. But having Minecraft work on all the platforms, playing nicely together, that's Microsoft saying, we want you to love Xbox no matter what hardware you're on. Minecraft gives them a way to do that other franchises don't. That's a good move on their part. I think that's going to be nice just because friends want to play Minecraft together. They don't need to buy the same system. They want to play that same game together. It's going to really boost Microsoft's stake in Minecraft. Especially now they're coming to China as well. We'll see if that gets there.
Yeah,
all that sort of stuff. There's some interesting Minecraft moves happening in the world. I thought that was a good move on their part.
Yeah, they needed to do it. At the end of the day, they're coming out from behind the PlayStation 4. All these things that they've talked about today are things that I think can really help push them back up. And hopefully they'll sell a few more consoles. We'll play a few more games. It'll be great.
Hey, I just love competition in the space, especially. Microsoft doing well means Sony will have to do better, so on and so forth. So good show, a lot of good games. Again, this is Sam Miskovich with Ars Technica. Mark Walton and I are signing off to go play them.